This case study is about our collaboration with our partner Huawei. We met Huawei at the Hilton Head a few years back during the Global Executive Council Congress. That was in 2011, 2012. And Global Executive Council, an initiative from PMI which aims at the organizational markets, enabled us to connect with like-minded companies like Huawei so that we could collaborate at an enterprise level. We've seen a lot of initiatives from PMI at a practitioner level, at an individual level, but I think Global Executive Council is one such opportunity that enables organizations like ourselves to leverage their capabilities and connect with like-minded organizations globally to enhance their effectiveness and their competitiveness in the business. With Huawei, our partnership, our collaboration is primarily based on a model where we have transformed. Huawei was always our partner, but the partner relationship was a very classical one until we met them during the Global Executive Council session. So we actually transformed our relationship from a conventional classical supplier operator partnership model to a corporate level collaboration model, where we explored new services. How could we leverage the project management capabilities in terms of a managed services model, how we could commercialize the PMO managed services, and explore innovative business solutions that we could cater to our markets. So this collaboration discussion started at the Hilton Head, and we then went on producing a certain set of deliverables, and we shared it with one another. We shared their practices, they looked at our practices. We visited their headquarters in China, they came down to Dubai to visit our headquarters, and we exchanged a lot of practices. We exchanged a lot of methodologies, and we explored the gaps because of which we were not able to achieve certain of our expectations. So this collaboration actually helped us overcome a lot of gaps that we wouldn't have been able to identify had we not entered into such a collaboration. The collaboration was primarily aimed at overcoming project management, portfolio management, program management challenges in terms of how much time does it take for us to deliver a certain service? How long does it take for us to enter into a market with a new service? So the faster we could enter into a market, the faster we could deliver a certain service. It actually meant for telecom players like ourselves that we could now bill our customers faster than before. And that optimization meant an additional revenue for us. And this is something that we actually looked into. How would they execute mega projects within China, within the Huawei area, and how we could actually import those practices and customize it to our local environment here. So this collaboration was like an enabler for us in order for us to achieve our outcomes effectively and efficiently. Some of the challenges that we faced are primarily like we work in a market which is very competitive, which is changing all the time, which is dependent on a lot of influx of tourists. So the kind of projects that we execute are very short-term ones. We don't really focus a lot on the long-term ones as much as we do for the short-term projects. So it's imperative that our practices are very agile, our practices are very flexible, whereby changes can be adapted, changes can be modeled into the delivery rapidly. So it was imperative for us to get connected with corporates which work in a similar environment. So China is emerging, China is changing all the time. So that's the kind of a commonality we could actually identify with this partner. We have been in partnership with Huawei in the past. We have had a lot of technical arrangements with Huawei in the past, but we never went to a corporate level. We never looked from a business strategy perspective. Historically, in the past, it was more a technological relationship, but with this platform, we were now able to look from a business perspective. When I say business perspective, with Huawei's, with this collaboration, we were now able to explore what could be new revenue streams for us through the project management services. Now, project management, program management, portfolio management in this part of the world is relatively not as mature as in North America. So you need to do a lot of education, you need a lot of awareness within the companies, within the practitioners, the value when it comes to demonstrating the value of project management. So it was imperative to relate the value of project management to the revenues that companies can actually see. Because a lot of times what we see is project management, program management, portfolio management is directly related to certain intangible benefits that contribute to your revenues. But with Huawei, we actually explored areas where we could actually start selling project management services, not just as a consultant, but as a technology provider, where we as well bundle it with a project management consulting service. And one such thing that we actually explored was creating a PMO managed services model. Now, a PMO managed services model is a model whereby we're actually trying to demonstrate that with a leaner project management workforce on a program, you can actually deliver better results, better performance, more cost effective, and you can be all the more efficient. So this PMO managed services model was one such innovation that came out from this collaboration. We also explored areas like commercialization of PMO services. So in the past, we would deliver a program, we would deliver a project, but project management was always something that was ignored. But now we started to commercialize it. When I say commercialize it, in addition to the program delivery, we also started selling project management services. So every time we delivered a certain service to a customer, we actually charged them for project management services. And we also gave them a different range of project management services, in a sense that if you want this project to be delivered in half the time that you normally get this project delivered in, then you need to pay an additional premium, and we call that as a premium project management service. So through this, we were actually able to commercialize a lot of project management propositions. Commercialization of project management was basically trying to demonstrate to our key stakeholders that project management is not an excess baggage, it's not an overhead, but it can actually contribute to your direct revenues. And we were able to demonstrate that. Huawei does, we do that, and together we were able to basically break out a bigger chunk of a business through this. So I think commercialization was one such thing, project management as a managed services was one such thing. Huawei is basically a technology provider, and we are a telecom operator. So we usually use their products to deliver a certain telecom service. So our relationship historically has been a supplier buyer, a supplier operator kind of a relationship. So it's like you have a relationship with a technology hardware provider. That's the kind of a service. That's the kind of a relationship we actually had with Huawei. But with this arrangement, it went beyond that level. It was no more a classical hardware seller and an operator relationship now. It was now about innovating solutions. It was now about what is the other thing, what are the value added things we can do in addition to our routine business. And we try to explore diverse revenue streams now. So as a telecom operator, you sell connectivity, you sell solutions, you sell different various ICT products, but with Huawei, we try to explore few more options. And consulting area was one such area where we could actually start selling project management services. And because of the kind of a maturity they possess, we actually started exchanging the practices. So we shared project management practices that enabled us to deliver projects and programs faster than what it would take us prior to the collaboration.